Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, namaskaram, namaskar, and vanakkam. Welcome to Bob's Radio 21.37 FM, and this is Bob with you. Dear listeners, thank you so much for joining us today on our Talking Thursdays, and indeed, we are going to be talking a lot today. So, thank you for hearing us. Those of you who have joined us on Facebook, welcome to Bob's Radio. It is such a joy to have all of you with us today. You know, we love to hear from you, don't we, Esley?
Yes, we do that, and we have been longing to hear from them.
Absolutely. You know, we've been talking to many of our listeners. We've gone a bit quiet. We've not been having a lot of our listeners coming on air, but I think we're going to bring our listeners back on air again. So, dear listeners, your brothers and sisters, boys and girls, please do send us your messages on chat. Please do send us your messages on WhatsApp, and also if you're listening on Facebook, even if you're listening on another day, not even live, but we still would like to hear you chat with us. Put us your feedback in the comment. Give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down, give us anything to know that you are there. And we also have a surprise. So those of you who are responding and commenting to us on our Facebook page, we will be calling out the names of the first 5 people who are giving us comments on the Facebook. Now, this is just to know that you are out there and that you love us and you love hearing us, and we love you too. Don't we, Esley?
Yes, we do that, and we are longing to hear from them. And don't be
Absolutely.
shy. Don't be shy. Just go ahead and put up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, before we go into our segments for today, let's start with our first song today, and that's a Hindi song, Sabse Uncha. यीशु तेरा नाम सबसे ऊंचा है यीशु तेरा नाम सबसे ऊंचा है जिस नाम में है मुक्ति, जिस नाम में है शक्ति, जिस नाम में है शांति, देता वो नाम चंगाई। जिस नाम में है मुक्ति, जिस नाम में है शक्ति, जिस नाम में है शांति, देता वो नाम चंगाई। जिस नाम में है जिंदगी, यीशु है वो नाम। जिस नाम में है बंदगी, यीशु है वो नाम। यीशु तेरा नाम सबसे ऊंचा है। यीशु तेरा नाम सबसे ऊंचा है। यीशु तेरा नाम सबसे ऊंचा है। Indeed, the name of the Lord is above every name, and it is such a privilege to know the Lord and to call upon His name. Now, dear listeners, those of you who are listening to us quite often, you would know that on Talking Thursdays, we normally have our talk at the end or towards the end of the radio show. But today, we are going to flip it around and we're going to call our guest and we are going to talk to him before we go into all the other segments today. Now, I have a very special guest with me today, and that is Benson Stephen. Let me introduce him to you. Benson Stephen, born and brought up in Nelliyadi, in a village near Mangalore in Karnataka, India. He did his schooling in Nelliyadi, completed his Bachelor's of Engineering in Bangalore from Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology. Now, Benson started his career with Tata Consultancy Services in Hyderabad and also in Cochin. He worked for around 2.5 years for them and then moved to a startup company in Bangalore. Benson is involved in ministries in his local church, and he finds great joy in participating in Sunday school and seeing children grow in Christ. He's married to Faber, and they have a 2-year-old daughter named Hannah. His goal in life is to follow Christ and impacted by him in all the areas of his life. Ashley, shall we take Benson?
Yes. Why don't we
All
get
right,
Benson
here we
online?
go. Let's bring Benson on air.
Bob's Radio 21.37. Keep bobbing along.
Hi, Benson. How are you doing?
Hey Bob, I'm doing great. Happy to be
Na-
here on air with
na-
you.
Nice to have you on our radio. Young man, vibrant, serving the Lord, and also serving the Lord with a full time job. That's wonderful to hear. Now, I was looking at your bio and I saw that you grew up in a small village called Nelliyadi in Karnataka. Now, those of our listeners who are from Karnataka, they would recognize the name and the place. But tell us, how was it growing up in a village in Karnataka? How did you feel?
Yeah, Bob, I'm from Nelliyadi. This is near Mangalore, and
Mhm.
this is really a cool place. It's an experience that will take you very close to nature, and that's the best part of my childhood that I enjoyed.
Mhm.
Um, we have a small estate here, and in my village, there are a lot of migratory birds that used to come and stay, made our estate as their home. And so I used to wake up every morning hearing the chirping of birds, and we have a river in our village, and I used to love water and I love to swim. And after my school timings, I and my friends would just get into the water and swim, and uh, that was something that I can never forget and I cherish a lot. And as I grew up, once when I went to Kerala, I was in Kochi and I wanted to try swimming in the beach. And then I was able to keep myself afloat. And then after that, I tried to do something exciting. I thought of swimming against a wave, and I thought I can beat the wave and break the wave. Okay, and so I dived into the wave against the wave, but to my surprise, the wave flipped me back 360 degrees and bent my spine and rubbed my nose on the seafloor.
Oh.
And that made me really scared. And I realized that it was very dangerous and I have to be very careful with the sea. But it also made me ponder, if a small wave can be so powerful as to just throw me off, then how much more powerful should be God? Just like how we heard the first song, the name of Jesus, how much more powerful it should be. Bible says that he upholds all things in the universe by the word of his power. How 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 great should be that kept me pondering about the greatness of God.
Yeah, how great and how powerful is our God. Benson, could you tell us what are your hobbies?
Yeah, having been brought up in a village, I had the privilege of getting a very clear night sky that is free from light pollution that we have in the cities. So we have very clear night sky, starry nights we get. I love stargazing, and all through my childhood, I used to spend time looking at the sky and admiring the beauty of the spectacular display that God has put up there. And recently, I came across an Android app called as a Stellarium, Stellarium, Stellarium. You can find it even on the App Store. Now, this is an
Yeah.
app using which you can point your phone to the sky, and you can see all the stars that even those you can't see through your naked eye, you can see through the phone, and it shows the name of the star and the details about the star. So
Oh,
that
Wow.
actually you can try that. It's called Stellarium, and that actually helped me to discover the sky even more. And I found that there are some stars, for example, like a star called Antares, which is 500 light years away. So even
mhm.
now, if you step out of your home and look into the sky, somewhere along the western side, you can spot the star. It's around. It's almost orange in color. It's 500 light years away. That means the light that you're seeing now originated somewhere in the 14th or the 15th century.
Wow.
So when you look into the sky, you're actually sky is like a time machine. You're looking at events that happened many, many years back. And you know what? Scientists have identified only about 1.6 billion stars, and there are trillions and trillions of stars yet to be identified and named. And what amazes me is Psalm 147 verse 4 says, God determines the number of the stars, he calls them each by name. That's amazing. That
Hmm.
also tells how little we are. Earth is just like a speck, and we ought to be so humbled by the thought that God, who created this mighty universe, is so big, and he thinks about us. He cares about us. Each of our listener is on God's mind. God is caring about each one of us. That's such a comforting and humbling thought to me.
That's nice to hear, Benson. Stellarium is the name of that app, and to our listeners, if you would like to enjoy the night skies and to know more, you can just download that app, which is available. Benson, coming from a village, how does it feel to now work as an IT specialist in Bangalore, the Indian Silicon Valley?
Yeah, it's actually an exciting journey. I grew up in a village. I struggled to speak in English. I had to move to Bangalore, and it was very hard for me to cope up with English. And by God's grace, I ended up as an IT employee, and now it's exciting to be part of building products, building things that impact the lives of people and make the lives of people easier. So it gives me great joy to know that what I am doing is something that will impact in making people's lives easier. Now, I can only think of people like Narayan Murthy, or even people in the Bay Area and the California, like Bezos, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, people who are extremely successful in this industry. What should be their feeling as they have been extremely successful, and their work has impacted millions of people, have changed lives, and that is on one side. On the other side, we have also other people like PV Sindhu, who we know as the only Indian woman to win the Olympic medal twice. And
Hmm.
what we saw yesterday, the Indian hockey team, what an amazing comeback they had, and they won the medal for India after about 41 years. And Mirabai Chanu, who won the medal for India. Now, if you look at them too, they train hard for four plus years with a lot of focus and discipline, and they are driven by this success to reach that place of accomplishment. So I have a miniature feeling of a small feeling like that working in this industry.
But what is it, we talked about, you especially you mentioned about those people who were so successful, in the world, those giants of the IT industry, or the new wave of technology, and also, as we were talking about the Olympics, so many people who have tasted success. But then the question, Benson, as Christians, we always think, what does it really mean to be a success in life? What do you think about that?
Bob, in my understanding, there are many perspectives to success. Now, if you take, for example, a product like an iPhone, you can call an iPhone a success only if that phone fulfills the purpose of its creation or its manufacture. So it is the creator of the iPhone who sets the purpose for that phone to be in existence. Now, only if those purposes are met, then you call that phone a success. Otherwise, it's a failure. In that same, taking that thought along to applying that thought to the human lives, we humans are created by God. Bible says that we are the offspring of God. We are created by God. So God is the one who has defined the uh, God is the one who has defined the purpose of our lives, and God has defined it. And Bible very clearly tells that the purpose for which God created man is that man should be for the glory of God, and man should enjoy God forever in heaven. That's what God created him for. And apart from God, man's life has no meaning. That's why Jesus said, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his own soul? So I think the ultimate success for man is to fulfill that purpose which God has created him with.
Excellent thought, excellent thought. Benson, we're going to come back to you, but let's listen to this song. There's never been a moment I was not held inside your arms, and there's never been a day when you were not who you say you are.
There's never been a moment I was not held inside your arms, and there's never been a day when you were not who you say you are. You're forever, it don't matter what I'm walking through, 'cause no matter where I'm going, there's never been a moment that I was not loved by you. Loved by you. So where could I go that I could wander from your side? And where could I run and never leave behind? You're all consuming, heart pursuing, grace extending, never ending love. Your love. And there's never been a moment, no. There's never been a moment I was not held inside your arms, and there's never been a day when you were not who you say you are.
Benson, it has been a great joy to have you with us today. Before we end our talk, what is the final words that you would like to share with our listeners? And we also have a question that was sent to us by one of our listeners. Uh, how do you manage your full-time job and work uh, and your work in God's vineyard?
Yeah, thanks, RJ Esley. How do I manage this? It's all about priority. We all have only 24 hours of time. Everybody has only 24 hours of time. So
Mhm.
it's a matter of setting our priorities right. So if your priority is set right, you will be able to manage time, and you will have to put aside certain things that are not very important. So that's the key. Setting the priority is the key to manage both the things. So my final word to our listeners is, think of an Olympic champion who trains for 4 years, and in the end, when he stands on the victory stand with the medal on his neck, think of the accomplishment and the sigh of relief that he has. Now, God wants, my dear listeners, each one of us to have that same feeling at the end of our life when we meet God and we have to give an account to God. And to fulfill the purpose of our existence, God realized that we can't do it on our own. And that's why Jesus came and did it for us. So through Jesus Christ, there is a way for us to be ultimately successful before God at the end of our lives. So what matters is not where you are right now, but what matters is where you will be in the end.
Wow. Thank you so much for that thought, Benson. It was such a joy to have you with us today.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was very good for me also to be with you on air. Thanks, Bob. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Deyasley. Thank you
And
all.
like you
Thank
said,
you.
yeah, and like you said, it doesn't matter where you are right now. What matters is where will you be in the end.
Bob's Radio 21.37. Keep bobbing along.
Hey Ashley, there is a lot of news that is coming out from the Olympics. I was looking at the news today and I just couldn't follow it through. But what is our latest updates?
We have a lot of interesting things happening in the Olympics today, Bob. India win a historic men's hockey bronze, beating Germany 5-4 for an first Olympic medal in 41 years. Can you think of that? After 41 years. India's last win was in 1980, and where India were the champions. In total,
Wow.
India at Olympics have won 8 times gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze in the field of hockey. And it's after 41 years that India is getting a medal for hockey.
Exciting.
Gautam Gambhir, the Indian cricketer, had tweeted today, forget the 1983, 2007 or 2011. This medal in hockey is bigger than any World Cup.
Absolutely. I agree.
We also have the men's. India was also having our freestyle wrestler, the 57 kg Ravi Kumar Dahiya, in the finals. Although he lost, he has got the silver medal, and he was defeated by the reigning world champion. So that is another one that India has won today, silver. And India has also got a bronze in the 86 kg wrestling. That was won by Deepak Punia. So these are some things that India has achieved today. More other than this, there are some interesting things that I came to know today, is that karate made its Olympic debut today.
Wow. It was not an Olympic sport before.
No, it was not an Olympic sport before. This year for Olympics, they had 4 new sports, and they were skateboarding, surfing, karate, and sport climbing. So karate made its debut today. We also have an interesting factor that Belgium beat Australia 3-2 in a shootout to win men's hockey gold, and Belgium, they have won their first ever Olympic hockey title.
At least we can tell the Belgians, look at us, we've won it 12 times. Right?
But they have won it for the very first time, and that is also interesting. And there's one other interesting factor that I came to know is about the shot put. There are 3 winners who had won the shot put today, the gold, silver, and bronze. And these persons were the exact persons who won the same medals in the same category in 2016. So 2016, they were the shot put champions. And in 2020, they repeated the same.
Wow.
So they were for the first time in Olympic history, in any individual event, the podium is exactly the same. That is the same athletes and the same spots for 2 consecutive Olympic Games in men's shot put. So these are some interesting
that's
factors
interesting.
that I came to know about today.
Yeah, definitely. I just now, as you were talking, something came to your mind. I saw the other day, there was this Qatari, I think it was long jump, and Italian. They both got the same points.
It was not long jump. It was high jump.
High jump.
It was on high jump.
Yeah.
They were going together, and they were asked should we continue? And the Qatari said, no, let's share the gold. And so I think
What sportsmanship, right?
Yes.
I mean,
that was
amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, the feeling, that I could see the Italian. He was so much
Jumping,
joy,
he was
around.
crawling, he was rolling, he was doing everything.
He was injured. He couldn't do it again, right? And
Yeah.
yeah. And the Qatari person, gave it to him, and they
That's a
shared
true
the gold.
sportsmanship.
I mean, that is sportsmanship, and that is what it really means. To be a top class athlete. You want to win, you want to
Yes.
compete, you want to be at the top, but also at the same time, you have a human side, you have a compassionate side, and a true sportsman. That's the character of a true sportsman. Oh, wonderful! News coming out of Olympics.
Yes.
I think you should.
And India is currently position number 65 with 2 silver and 3 bronze. Not bad.
Wow. And we have a listener, Shaji B. Umman, telling us Noha Nirmal Tom will be running on the track for India tomorrow. Please continue remembering him in your prayers for the Lord's name. Yes, he's in fact, we spoke about Noha
Yes,
last
we
time.
spoke to him. Yes, we spoke about him. I think with Reggie,
Yes,
Reggie K.
yes,
Thomas
yes.
uncle when he had come.
Yeah. And so he is going to be running tomorrow. So his win will definitely be a proud moment for the nation. And it will also glorify God's name, because as Christians, that is the ultimate aim. So let's remember Noha Nirmal Tom, win or lose. What a great privilege it is to be part of such a great event.
Great
Am I
event,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's go to another poem that I saw the other day that was sent to me. It's called the Anyway poem. It is attributed to Mother Teresa. Let's hear this one.
People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, they may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you have anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never between you and them anyway. It was never between you and them anyway. Thank you.
Absolutely. In the final analysis, it was never between us and them. It was always between us and God. What a wonderful thought. Now we have Bobby Thomas talking to us from our Sneha Sandesham segment. Let's listen to Bobby Thomas.
Bob's Radio 21.37. Keep bobbing along.
സ്നേഹ സന്ദേശത്തിലേക്ക് ബോബ്സ് റേഡിയോയുടെ എല്ലാ ശ്രോതാക്കൾക്കും സ്വാഗതം.
ഞാൻ വായിച്ച ഒരു പെൺകുട്ടിയുടെ കഥ പറയട്ടെ. ഉറ്റവരും ഉടയവരുമില്ലാതെയാണ് അവൾ ജനിച്ചത്. ആകാശം അവളുടെ വീടിൻ്റെ മേലാപ്പും ഭൂമി അവളുടെ കളിത്തൊട്ടിലുമായിരുന്നു. ഒരനാഥ മന്ദിരത്തിൻ്റെ സ്നേഹത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രാണവായു അവൾക്ക് ജീവനേകി. അവൾ വളർന്നു, പഠിച്ചു, ബിരുദധാരണിയായി തീർന്നു. അനുരൂപനായ ഒരു വരനെയും ലഭിച്ചു. സൗഭാഗ്യസമ്പൂർണമായ കുടുംബജീവിതത്തിൻ്റെ മണിത്തീരിൽ അവൾ ജീവിതയാത്ര ആരംഭിച്ചു. അനാഥ സനാഥയായി ജീവിക്കുവാനുള്ള എല്ലാ സുഖസൗകര്യങ്ങളും അവൾക്ക് ലഭിച്ചു. നല്ലൊരു ജോലിയും സ്നേഹിക്കുന്ന ഭർത്താവും, ഒന്നിനും കുറവില്ല. ദൈവം സ്നേഹസ്വരൂപനാണെന്ന് അവൾ ആസ്വദിച്ച് അറിഞ്ഞു. എന്നാൽ വർഷം 3 തികഞ്ഞില്ല. അതിനു മുൻപ് അവളുടെ പ്രാണേശ്വരൻ ക്യാൻസർ രോഗം പിടിപെട്ട് അവളോട് വിടവാങ്ങി. വിധിയുടെ ക്രൂരമായ വിനോദമെന്ന് ചിലർ അതിനെ വിശേഷിപ്പിച്ചു. വീണ്ടും അവൾ അനാഥയായി, ഏകാകിനിയായി. എന്തിന് ഇനി ജീവിക്കണം? എന്തിനു പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കണം? മരിക്കുന്നതുവരെ അന്ധകാര ജടിലമായ ഈ ജീവിതം വല്ല വിധേനയും തുടരണം. അത്ര തന്നെ നിരാശയുടെ കൂരിരുട്ടിൽ തള്ളപ്പെട്ട ഒരു ഇണയില്ലാ കിളി പോലെ അവളായിത്തീർന്നു. ഈ അനാഥ പെൺകുട്ടിയെപ്പോലെ ദൈവത്തിൻ്റെ സ്നേഹത്തെ ന്യായമായി സംശയിച്ചു പോകുന്ന എത്രയെത്ര ആളുകൾ ഈ ലോകത്തിലുണ്ട്. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് എനിക്കിങ്ങനെ സംഭവിച്ചു? ഈ വലിയ ചോദ്യവുമായി ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ വഴിത്തിരിവിൽ കുത്തിയിരിക്കുന്ന നിരവധി ആളുകളെ നമുക്ക് കാണാം. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് എന്ന ചോദ്യം എവിടെയും മുഴങ്ങിക്കേക്കാം. നാം ആഗ്രഹിക്കാത്ത, അറിയാത്ത എത്രയെത്ര സംഭവങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിലുണ്ടാകുന്നത്. ഒരു വ്യക്തി ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, ദൈവത്തിലല്ലാത്ത മറ്റെന്തിലെങ്കിലും നാം സംതൃപ്തി അടയുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്നതിൻ്റെ പരീക്ഷണമാണ് നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിലെ ഉത്തരം കിട്ടാത്ത ഓരോ പ്രശ്നവും. പ്രിയരെ, ദൈവത്തെക്കാൾ അധികമായി നാം എന്തിനെയെങ്കിലും സ്നേഹിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ? നാം ആശിക്കുന്നത് സമസ്തവും ഒരുമിച്ച് ലഭിച്ചാലും ദൈവം നമ്മുടെ പക്ഷത്തില്ല എങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് യഥാർത്ഥ ഹൃദയ സംതൃപ്തിയും സമാശ്വാസവും ലഭിക്കുകയില്ല.
Wow, what a wonderful thought that was. Let us find satisfaction. Let us find comfort in God. Before we close, let's listen to our third song for today. And it says, every time that you wake up breathing, every night when you close your eyes, every day that your heart keeps beating, there's purpose for your life.
Every time that you wake up breathing, every night when you close your eyes, every day that your heart keeps beating, there's purpose for your life. So don't give up, don't lay down, just hold on, don't quit now. Every breath that you take has meaning. You are here for a reason. Every day is a gift from above. Don't throw it away when it feels like too much. He'll be there every time that you wake up breathing, every night when you close your eyes, every day that your heart keeps beating. There's purpose for your life. So don't give up, don't lay down, just hold.
Remember, listeners, every time your heart keeps breathing, your heart keeps beating, remember there's purpose in your life. Let me close with this wonderful message that was sent to me by one of our listeners. It's about Sydney McLaughlin. This 21-year-old is now the only woman in Olympic history to run under 52 seconds in the women's 400 meters hurdle. Now, she set a new world record and she received the gold medal. Her words reflect her faith as she boldly says, "Records come and go. The glory of God is eternal." And she continues to say, "I no longer run for self-recognition, but to reflect His perfect will that is already set in stone. I don't deserve anything, but by grace, through faith, Jesus has given me everything." These are the words of a world record holding Olympic gold medalist. She says, "But by grace, through faith, Jesus has given me everything." And that is indeed what we heard today. What success is really about, even though she's climbed that huge mountain and she stands at the very top. But she still says, "Jesus has given me everything and I no longer run for self-recognition." Let me leave that thought with you tonight, and I hope you'll join me once again on our Motivational Mondays next week. We have wonderful speakers lined up for next week, so please do join us. Please do keep in touch. This is Bob from Bob's Radio 21.37 FM, along with RJ Esley, signing out. Goodbye, good night, and God be with you.